This is part 9 of LINQ to SQL tutorial. In this video, we'll discuss the concept of eagle loading in LINQ to SQL. This is continuation to part 8, so please watch part 8 before proceeding. So what's eagle loading? Eagle loading is the process whereby a query for one type of entity also loads related entities as part of the query. In LINQ to SQL, there are two ways we can eagle load data. We can either use data load options or projection. First, let's see how to use data load options to eagle load data. Let's flip to Visual Studio. This is the same console application example that we worked with in the previous video session. At the moment, notice that here the data is lazily loaded. First, the department's data is loaded, and when we iterate through the employee entities belonging to a given department, that's when a subsequent query is issued to load the related employee entities. And here we have one query to load departments and 3 queries to load the related employee entities. So this is lazy loading. Now let's see how to turn this lazy loading into eagle loading by using data load options. This data load options class is present in system.data.LINQ namespace. So let's now create an instance of data load options class. Let's call this load options. This load options class has got loadWith method. LoadWith department d such that d.Employees. So basically here we are telling along with the department entities also load the related employee entities. Finally, we need to associate these load options with the data context object. So dbContext.Log equals load options. Now let's run the application. Now look at this. Instead of the 4 queries, we just have one query now. So this one query is going to load the department and related employee entities data. Notice that there is a left outer join between employees and departments tables. Now let's apply the same logic to our ASP.NET Web Application project as well. Now, as it is, when we run the web application, notice that there will be 4 queries to load department and related employee entities data. Now, let's paste in the data load options code. So this data load options is present in system.data.LINQ namespace. So let's bring that in. Let's rerun the application. Now we should have just one query to load both department and related employee entities data. Alright, so one way is to use data load options. The other option is to use projection. So now let's flip to the console application. So instead of using data load options, let's see how to use projection to eagle load data. So let's create a variable here. Let's call this LINQ query equals from dept in dbContext.departments. Select new. So here we are projecting the data into an anonymous type. So this anonymous type is going to have a name property, and the value of that property is going to be the name of the department object. And we are going to have another property called employees, and that property equals the employees from the department object. Now let's loop through the results that this query returns. Now this query is going to return anonymous types, so we can't use department type here. So let's change that to var. Right, let's go ahead and run this now. Notice that we still have just one query to load the department and employee data. Now let's apply the same logic to our ASP.NET Web Application project. So let's comment this data load options code, and then instead of binding the grid view control to departments, let's use our LINQ query. Now let's rerun this, and we should still have just one query to load the department and employees data. So in this video we have seen how to eager load data using data load options and projection. In our next video we'll discuss the difference between lazy loading and eager loading. That's it for today. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.